What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So there has been a lot of kind of craziness going on. There's already another set coming out in Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of have my own like little feelings towards that. I'm still currently processing the 25th anniversary rarity collection, kind of going through the different phases of things that I might have been right in, things I might have been wrong in, things that I feel that are going to be very important. There's probably gonna be a couple more videos relating to that, a couple more market watches, a lot of market watches relating to the 25th anniversary collection. I'm not going to try to make it too much, but said there is a lot of stuff to get to. So with all that out the way, if you like what we do, please feel free to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. That's the goal right now. Got a lot of cool stuff planned, special tournament giveaways, so please help us get to that goal. If not, it's all good. Leave a comment if you have a question. Let's go and get into this Pot of Prosperity quarter century secret rare. In all honesty, this right here is kind of a little bit wild. I was looking at it and I thought I was tripping. I'm like, did it just skyrocket? And I'm just like, whoa. And I kind of went down over here and I'm looking, and yeah, we're looking at like 11.4. This is kind of around the release date. We're looking about 37.90. So, slowly the cars started to go up, 37, 38, 39, to the 40, 47, 50, and now we're looking at some of its most recent sales at 62.98. Like, that's actually kind of wild. So the card has almost doubled in price since it has, since it came out. This is something that I kind of figured might be a possibility, simply because there is so much stuff coming out at once that there had to be a couple things that were somewhat undervalued. Like there's always gonna be something that's kind of crazy. There's always gonna be something kind of like random, so there's stuff like this is kind of crazy. Another thing that I wanted to, let's see, I can't believe it. I actually did not have this. I can't believe I didn't have this up. Wow, I'm over here freaking trying to do this in real time. I didn't have this up because I noticed the same thing happened with Triple Tactics Talent. But this one started high. This one's a little bit different. I remember this one coming out at about 54, and because I ended up pulling one of these, and I checked in during the weekend, and it was around this price. It was kind of in the 40, like $44, $45 range. And so I ended up kind of thinking I'm gonna hold back a little bit. And now that I come here and check on Monday, I'm looking at 66, 65. I'm looking at like a $65 card. So it seems like the quarter century secret rares of Triple Tactics Talent and Pot of Prosperities were extremely undervalued, like when they first came out, and a lot of people kind of determined that this is this is I guess I wouldn't say this is the price they want to pay, but it just started getting bought out so quickly that people were just starting to list it for higher and higher and higher. And then we're I don't know, we're kind of essentially at this point to where Triple Tactics Talent and Prosperity quarter century rare are no longer just easily affordable. They're now worth almost the price of an entire box. But that is not the same for the entire set. Just because talents and prosperity are up doesn't mean everything's up. Ash Blossom Joyous Spring quarter century rare is tanking hard. This is going a hard waterfall, hitting the Jilly Juice, and we're looking at this Korean one, but we're not paying attention to that. We got 164, 98, 164. Like, we're looking at like 100, like 165 for this card. This card started at like the $300 price point. Started falling to 250. To be honest, even though I wanted to pull this card simply because of the value that it had, when it came to trading for it or wanting to obtain it by giving myself, I wanted to stay away from this card with a 10-foot pull. I just kind of wanted just to get it on like on the initial release, obviously because of how much it's worth, but at the same time, it was just kind of for that hype. When it came to the long term, this was I kind of felt like this should have been one that kind of, I wouldn't say held, like it wasn't gonna hold that price, but I could never imagine that it was gonna go down all the way to 165 from its initial like 350. I kind of figured maybe it'd be 250, kind of like 200, because I really don't think Ash Blossom has. I'm trying to think. This would probably be the highest rarity Ash Blossom. Man, correct me in the comments down below. I'm drawing a blank for some reason. I don't think there's a Starlight Ash. There's no Ulti Ash. So essentially, we're looking at like quarter century being one of the higher rarities. So I kind of thought that maybe it would be kind of hang, kind of like, because it isn't like every, like, I guess you wouldn't be getting one per case just because of how many different cards come in a case. So you're not guaranteed to get one or two or even three in one case. So I was kind of seeing this might kind of hold, but it looks like 165 is the price that it is falling to right now. Bro on the floor, same thing. Started off pretty high. It looks like it's in like the 84. Started off 84, went down like kind of 58. That's gonna like when I kind of saw it. And now we're looking at like 45. We're looking at like 45 to $46 range for the quarter century secret rare of Bro on the floor. A lot of these cards I'm talking about, like, even though even though like some are going up, but for the most part, a lot of these cards are going down. I would start picking up the lower rarity versions just to have a lot of this, because there's probably going to be a good amount of people who are so focused on higher rarity that they're going to let some of this kind of slip through the cracks, and you kind of use this as an opportunity to gain a lot of trade fodder for maybe not next month, maybe not 2 months from now, but like 3, 4, 5 months from now, when people really want to start playing competitively in the WCQ season, and if for some reason they don't have certain staples, you could be the person who has those staples. So just kind of keep in mind. Right now, yeah, we're looking at 45, kind of dropped a lot. So this one right here, Harpy's Featherstorm quarter century rare. This one right here is a little bit of a different, kind of like a different issue for me. I really wanted to pick up this card because I kind of feel like I don't know. I don't want to call anything. I don't want to say anything because I still haven't fully 100% done my research. But I really do like this card. I have a couple copies, and I want to a couple. I don't have the main quarter century rare. I think I have one quarter century rare. But I really feel like Harpy's Featherstorm, as long as Flu stays a deck that every once in a while comes in and out and becomes a huge menace, Harpy's Featherstorm, especially the super high rarity version, could be something I want to hold on to. The lower rarity is a little bit different. Those are probably going to be at most maybe $1 for the super. Maybe $2 for the platinum secret, but that's not going to go too crazy. I really kind of feel more about the quarter century secret. I really do feel like this could be kind of like a big player, especially if it doesn't get any kind of other reprints anytime soon. All right, so we're gonna go to the next half of this market watch, which is talking about everything that is not the rarity collection. And oh yeah, I have such a hard time. Amphibious Swarm Ship Amebla Whale. That's probably as best it's gonna get, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Yay, good job. Okay, so this thing right here just started skyrocketing. To be honest, I remember a lot of people really didn't care about this, because I remember going to a lot of different people saying, hey, do you want this, do you want this, and I was just trading these left and right. And then I just recently found a nice cool little chunk that I had. So it just kind of goes to show that sometimes those little weird cards, or maybe cards you think that look really cool, kind of pick them up, especially if you get them for really cheap, because I was getting these for dollars all day. And right now the ultra rares have shot up to about the $4 to $5 range. We got ours right here, shout out to us right here. Then we got $4.75 for 548, 549. So we're looking at about $4.74, so about the $5 range for this card. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure exactly what this is for. I heard someone say it was good in fire decks, so I guess if you're playing like rescue waves, you could kind of go into this. But for the most part, what are you doing? You're bringing back the Linkuriboh. Maybe also maybe they're talking about like the Fire Warrior deck. I have no idea. If you know exactly why, if you know the exact reason why this card has shot up in price, please let me know down in the comments. Please let me know down in the comments below. That'd be really dope. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, if you have this card, it's around about $5, so you get some cool trade value. I would get that sooner rather than later. Guilty Guild Free, the Magical Steel Knight. I'm probably gonna have to go look into my Hollow Bulk to see if I have any of these, because this is one of those cards that I probably would have completely just not have really cared about, been kind of on the back burner, and not even been thinking about this as a Super Poly target. Their main this one right here is because Super Poly is extremely good against the Noble Knight matchup. There's a whole bunch of different matchups that's pretty good at, but right now the Noble Knight deck puts up an extremely hard to deal with board, and unless they have certain techs, because they're I have one of the homies that plays this deck. He plays it very well. He knows a lot about it, and he does run certain techs to to protect him against cards like Super Poly. But if you could put them in a certain situation, or maybe they're not able to get to XYZ card, Super Poly is a card that's pretty good at breaking their board, because their link monsters will not be able to respond to negate it, and you can get rid of them off the field, kind of getting rid of some of the more bigger threats that they have. Because even though they set up a board where the monsters can't be you can't be completely they set up a board that makes their monsters almost completely untouchable. There's certain things that you can do, but if you're able to kind of interrupt them with a hand trap, force them to put I wouldn't say a suboptimal board, but like a weaker board, you could use Super Poly to try to like, you know, break through that. So Guilty Gilfried right here just completely makes sense. This is a card that no one was thinking about. Even I was like, I wasn't thinking about this card. This card was not in my mind, and it looks like 13 with a dollar shipping, so we're at $14-15 for Guilty Gilfried. If you have these, I would just go ahead and get rid of them sooner rather than later, because even though they're probably, this is kind of the card where like the second Konami wants to go ahead and shoehorn this into something, they will shoehorn a card like this in there just because, you know, they want to get that money. And the last couple cards I want to talk about are the Horus cards. Initially I thought I was kind of looking at Snake Eye being the dominant strategy, but now that we had a couple of YCSs going, Unchained is still a deck, still a very, you know, it's still a really good deck. It's still one of the top decks. It's still like a very crazy deck. Like, it still has all its combos, even though Rescue Ace is an extremely hard matchup. And yeah, like, you know, Cheer Element's also a hard matchup. Cheer Element using the Horus engine to kind of make it better does give it a bit of a run for its money. If you know exactly what you're doing, you you have all, you know, you have all your techs, things go at least 60% your way, then you're pretty much able to navigate some of those matchups, you know, like, I mean, pretty strategically. Like, there's some examples where I've seen to where the Unchained player looks like he has no issue getting through it, other ones where he's just getting completely bodied. So it's a bit of a 50-50 toss up depending on what you're doing, but there is no denying that the Horus cards are making Cheer Element an extremely good deck. Giving, like, it isn't only giving them like extra bodies to kind of like go and just do basic plays, but it just gives them like that extra kind of layer of just consistency to help them thin out their deck, to make sure they're milling the cards that they really want to mill. So Imseti Glory of the Horus has gone up. It started at 56 and went all the way down to like 28, looking at 30, but then it kind of started going up as it was getting uses. I remember I pulled this one at around 40, and we're looking at like $44, $45. So we're looking at $45 for this card. I wouldn't be surprised. Already right here we got some 48. I wouldn't be surprised if after these, you know, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, after these 6 are gone, it's gonna go to 48. I would not be surprised, because all it takes is two people trying to get 3 copies to make this almost $50 card, 48, 49. So I would not be surprised if this goes to a $50 card. So kind of keep in mind that this card is going up. If you want to run this engine, get it sooner rather than later. King's Sarcophagus is the last card I want to talk about. It went really down, and I said that this card really wasn't going to go up. To be honest, I really don't think this one is going to be the one to go up. I really do feel $5 is like its high point. So if you want to get it, I would just get it at 5, because it does have potential to go up. I'm not saying it won't go up, but they're just more, it just makes more sense for something like Imseti to go up, because people kind of thought that, oh, the Snake Eye engine is a better engine. This was a flop. That's kind of what some people were saying, but it's kind of like showing itself that no, it isn't really a flop. It's just a contender, and it's going to either take the right person or maybe a couple more events to kind of see what it has. So, you know, like I said, if you want to get this engine, I would just get it sooner rather than later. There's a chance that these might go up, but these are probably going to stay around the $5 range. So if you have these and you don't want to use them, get rid of them now, because you never know, because if the engine falls off, it will go down. You will lose your opportunity to make a little money. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out. Catch you in the next one. Leave some comments down below if you have any questions. If not, it's all good. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.